will, you know, you'll have the patient remove it for like simulations, practical and all that. Again, you don't have to have the patient move it, but I'm just gonna kind of move that down. This. So you just do like a 10 by 12 light over the EAM. So right at the top of the ear, you're just gonna start your light there, pretty much. 10 by 12. Step forward. So you're just really going down mid-coronal plane, right down the middle of the person's neck. 10 by 12. I'm not sure if I'm at a 10 by 12. I'm gonna set that. Let's say we'll just do that. Like I said, right in the middle of the neck. Technically, again, for book work, it's probably, again, C4 or something. Suspend breathing, relax shoulders so that you can make sure you get C7T1. That's pretty much it. You don't want to expose. You guys are going to do radiation biology in the summer. You'll find out what's very sensitive, what's not. Eyes are sensitive, things like that. So you want to make sure you're not going to expose a person's eyes. You don't need them. So left marker, you just want to make sure you're pretty much getting the whole neck. So I think I can come in a little bit. Light in the front, light in the back. Kind of like the center of the neck. Light over the EAM. That's why you have to have the earrings out. See, that is your lateral C-spine. Then, if you were doing the obliques, and sometimes I hear that they've taken them out, you're going to do an AP oblique first. So 45 degree. You either can keep the person's head straight ahead. Sometimes turn your head and look straight. Sometimes people do that. I don't want to touch your face. Sometimes you can do this. As long as the patient's neck is extended, then you have to, but one step I forgot, you're going to go down, angle up 15 to 20 degrees. Why is this? Does it tell me?
So it's what from 90?
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna go to 105,
105. Okay.
and then
Let's see. So then come down. And same positioning. You just kind of go right in the middle of the neck, C4. So again, she could turn it just where you keep your either straight or keep look straight ahead. Yeah, you can either do that or that. Line up the bucky, of course.
Either one is fine?
Either one is fine. Depends on, you know, who you're working with, what they will do. When I was learning, a lot of people, when I do it, it depends, but I may have the patient turn their head that way. So whatever looks more natural to you, but keep your head, keep it, like that. So 45 degree, 15 to 20 degree angle. So whatever you got to do to get in front, I usually get in front of my patient to see if I'm like, they're like this, right? To do maybe a 45, you can use the wedge. Again, right over the light, right over the ear. So you're not really exposing a person's eyes, but you might just kind of cut it here. That's it. Then you turn them. Keep the positioning, the tube the same way. Sorry about your eyes. And the other oblique. So you have to do both obliques.
The chin stays level. Chin stays level.
Yes. Or you could probably increase. She doesn't have a lot of hanging now, so not too much. So you don't want the occipital bone like obscuring the anatomy of interest. So not too much, but and then sorry, little adjustment. So there's your other oblique. So RPO, LPO. If you're doing PA, have you turn. You're either doing RAO or LAO, and then the positioning is pretty much the same thing. So it's a preference, but this would change. So now, like I said, with taller people, you're gonna have to go up. So if they're tall, like you're gonna go up. You have to angle down 15 to 20, right? So whatever that would be there. So even, she's short and I'm still having to step on my tippy toes. So I'm sure that's not like 15. Oh, so you won't even go that high. So yeah, we probably are just gonna do AP here. So that was so we'll do AP. You will be taught either way depending on the tech you're working with. Then you're just gonna have your patient put their back against the board. Close your eyes. Because now you're gonna do the AP axial, 15 to 20 degrees cephalic. This is usually the last one in the series.
Okay.
There it is. Then I'm gonna have you kind of raise your chin just a little slightly. Yeah, like that. Yeah. And then again, sort of like in the middle of the neck. You can collimate below her bottom lip. There, you don't need her whole mouth. Make sure you're mid-sagittal plane. Like I said, I'll come over, sort of make sure they're not tilted. I'm gonna lower the spine, yeah. Hard to see in here, but I think it's lined up. Just enough to be able to put your marker on the side. So that's your AP axial. That's pretty much it for C-spine as far as the basic projections. You have the open mouth one. The open mouth is just.
You guys are gonna see it.
I will kind of just make a little square here. Sometimes it's hard to have people open their mouth, so kind of get into a good position, good collimation. Probably even smaller than that. Open your mouth, and then you just are lined up right at the corners of the mouth. And then you sort of make some adjustments, make sure the teeth are straight, not too forward and not too far back. Sort of take your best guess. That's the best thing I can tell you. I'm sure there's some texts that have some really good tips. I don't want to be touching you guys. They touch the mandible, you open the mouth, kind of make sure things are lined up here with the mandible, and just kind of make some adjustments, but it's hard to really explain. It's kind of like a try it, do it, open your mouth, try not to have the occipital bone too far back, too far forward. That's pretty much it. You want to make sure the teeth are straight back. You can relax. Sorry, I know that's kind of hard to open your mouth. That's it for C-spine. Have you guys tried the swimmers? Have you done that one?
I've seen it, but we haven't done it.
So the swimmers, then you're just left lateral. You have your patient raise the arm closest to the board. This one's sort of relaxed. You're shooting right here because you want to get C71. You can even feel their vertebral prominence and sort of line up with that. So with that said, then if they can't depress the shoulder a lot, then you can angle down 3 to 5 degrees. And this one, you don't have to go over the EAM because you're just getting this area right here. And then you're sort of adjusting shoulder. They say kind of grab the humerus and rotate it anteriorly, this, and then you're shooting like right there. So you're supposed to be shooting at the inner space of C71. Do you have a question, you said?
Yes. Are we angled down, which is away from?
You don't have to. You can relax your arm down. It's not mandatory. It's if they can't do this a lot. So if you feel like, say you do it again and you don't see it, you might have to angle down 3 to 5. But that is a recommendation. It's not mandatory. So you don't have to do it here. You guys can all do it, but in clinical setting, you might have to.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's it for C-spine. Then T-spine, because I'll just add that in so you guys can sort of work on that Wednesday. But I think Dr. John is doing something different. He's doing like 2 lectures. Did he tell you all this yet?
Yeah.
Let you go early. You don't have to do lab as long. So